Hi guys, Crazyllah Gaiin here, Jamaican YouTuber. Welcome back to my channel. I am in my old bedroom in Jamaica right now, on vacation. If for those who don't know, but I got sent this video by a couple of my friends saying, "Yo, you need to react to this video." I'm not picking on this dude, but I mean, sometimes you have to just sort out things. So yeah, he's reacting to one of my other friends' videos, Crazyllah, and she did some just street reviews in Japan. So check out her channel, please. She's dope. 外人は電車の中にちょっと怖いですか？多分ね、怖いと思う。うん。例えば私怖いみたいな。持っちゃうんじゃないかな。うん。スマホ、うん。あ、本当。本当。いやー。
This idea that the general Japanese population is racist, or a lot of foreigners get discriminated, which I'm not saying that foreigners don't. Konnichiwa, minasan, kyo desu. So in today's video, a black girl is going to be asking Japanese people about Gaijin Seat, which is a term that foreigners...
What the hell is Gaijin? You are, bro, I'm asking you, if you're going to at least represent black people to the Japanese and have a person translate, get the bloody Gaijin under control. It's Gaijin, my guy. This is the man that you guys have put up on a pedestal and revere. The man cannot even revere. The man cannot even speak Japanese properly, at least pronounce it properly, and has the gall, the unmitigated gall to speak about issues about Japan, but can't even speak a basic word like Gaijin. What's Gaijin? Oh my god, Majide! Oh my god.
Came up with in a situation in which you would sit next to a Japanese person, they would leave, or you sit down and Japanese would not basically sit around you at all. Looking forward to this video, but before that, guys, we are close to 200,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already, like the video and subscribe to the channel.
ないですけど、ないので聞いたことないです。電車とか、はい。聞いたことない。全然自分が初めて聞いた言葉だし、気にしたことないから、気にならない。外人シートないですね。ないです。初めて聞きました。特にないですよ、私は。別にどなたが座っても。多分ね、日本人って同色の、要するに黒人とかいないでしょ。だから、なんていうんだろう、慣れてないっていうのかね。日本人って日本人ばっかりじゃない。そうするとアメリカ行くといろんな人種がいるでしょ。
そうだな。
人たちはあんまりこだわってないけど、日本人はやっぱりこだわるもんね。この辺の人たちはそんなにこだわらないんじゃないの？都会の人は。田舎に行くほどこだわるから。私は生まれがこの辺だから特にはありませんね。どなたが来ても黒人の方がいらっしゃって。それは大体外人は電車の中にちょっと怖いですか？多分ね怖いと思う。例えば私怖いみたいな。そういう意味じゃなくて。なんかほら普段日本人の顔って見慣れてるでしょ。違う方が来るとっていう感じ。だから座りたくない。でしょうね。私はあまりそういうふうに感じたことがないので、ちょっとなんでそういうふうにおっしゃる方がいるのかなっていう。私も留学経験とかあるし、そこまで日本人じゃないからっていう理由で隣に座りたくないとかは考えたことはない。車酔いとか乗り物酔い。
Right, a lot of foreigners have a strong sense.
We're gonna see the end cap. Alright, so apparently there's an issue with scent, and I understand that because most foreigners from the West tend to wear cologne or perfume after showering and bathing, I hope. Japanese also do carry odor. It's based on your diet as well, and also the type of deodorant that you use. Some don't have an antiperspirant. A lot of deodorant in Japan don't have that feature. All right, so based on the diet, persons from different countries have a certain smell. But if you grow up around a certain smell, then it becomes something that you become used to. Now, when something goes against that smell. Example, let's go with some of the Indians I've interacted with. Some of them do have a distinct odor. Some black people do have a distinct odor as well, and some Japanese do have that odor. So it's when you are getting a smell that you're not used to that raises the eyebrows and stuff. So I can understand that.
And foreigners have body odor too.
服を洗う洗剤とかも香料がないのにしてたりとかするので、結構そこは人それぞれっていうか、匂いがちょっとダメな人もいるのかなと。
私は別に外人の方が隣にいても別に全く違和感ないですけども、中には外人の方を嫌う方も中にはいるのかもしれないですけども、ちょっと理由が分かんないですね。昔であればね、昔は私ら小さい頃、外人の方ってあまり身近にいらっしゃらなかったですけども、もう最近は外人の方もね、いろんな国から来られてますし、我々も外国に行く機会も昔に比べると随分増えましたんでね。
Okay, I don't know if you saw that. It's a sort of thing. So even this man is saying that there are people in the train, as a Japanese man, that don't like foreigners. He doesn't know the reason why, but these people exist. That's all we have been saying. So when this brother here now come on him high horse with his friend who translate the Japanese for him to type, with his Gaijin pronouncing us, come to tell people, yo, Japanese people are not racist, or Japanese people don't hate foreigners. You don't know this. You don't know, bro. This money, like, we're not saying it exists. We're not saying it might be. Some people might exaggerate the prevalence or how often it happens. But all I have been saying, it happens. Be careful. That's all I think. But I don't have a Gaijin seat, so whatever.
多様性っていうんですかね、そういうのが求められている時代ですから、今外人の方にインタビュー受けてますけども、全く違和感ないですけども、
Nice.
そういう方がごく一部でもね、まだいらっしゃるっていうことは非常に残念に思います。
外人怖いみたい。
ちょっと言葉がね通じないっていうこともあるんだろうと思うし、怖いっていうのはよく海外での犯罪
ね。事件、
大
そうそう。
きく取り上げられると、やっぱりちょっと怖いっていう感じがありますね。日本はちょっと治安はね非常にいいと言われてる国なんで、それに比べると特にアメリカなんかでああいう無差別の大量なね射殺事件とかありますよね。やっぱり何十人も殺されたりなんかするような、ああいう事件をテレビ通して見るとやっぱりちょっと怖いっていう感じがね、日本は銃社会じゃないんで、銃っていうのがなんですか、身近で使われるっていうことで、当然のことなら慣れてませんから、そういうところで怖いっていう印象を持つ人はいるのかもしれないです。
会話がねできない可能性があるんで、やっぱり隣に座って何か聞かれると困ってそういうふうに思う場合があるかもしれない。でもね、つながらなくても単語でも会話できるから遠慮なく会話すればいいんじゃないかな。そう思う。いや全然日本の中で外人怖いと思ってる人はいないんじゃない？
Maybe a few people.
会話されるとほら日本人ってあんまり英語も喋れないじゃない。でもなんか聞かれるとね、やっぱりなんか怖いっていうんじゃなくて苦手だな。なんかわからないじゃない。何聞かれる。全然それは問題ないし、だから僕なんかは全然平気なんだけど、感じる人もいるのかな。なんか質問されるんじゃないとか聞かれるんじゃないって思っちゃうんじゃないかな。いやー、それは分かんないな。僕なんかあんまりそういうことを経験してないんで、よくある？ある？本当？そう。それは申し訳ないねだけど、僕はそう感じないから、友達にいらしてもね、大丈夫だと思うよ。
海外ってね、ニュースに出ることって。
So, I'm really happy that she's actually doing these sort of interviews because I want to do stuff like that, but I don't have the no no at all. I don't excuse. She's doing these interviews and it highlights things that persons may not be aware of these things. So again, my brother, when you come and talk about XYZ doesn't happen, you are not aware because you don't bloody live here, bro. Okay? Great.
事件になるようなことばっかりじゃないですか。だからやっぱりこういう人がこういう事件を起こしている、だから学校じゃ怖いっていうふうになってしまってるんでしょうね。私とか娘とかはそんなことないと思います。娘も息子も留学に行ってるので、海外にでいろんな人と触れ合ってるので、外国人だから怖いっていうことは触れ合って交流してる人はないですけど、交流してない人たちにはやっぱり知らないものは怖いって思うんじゃないかと思います。タトゥーは確かにそうですね、怖いと思いますね。なんであんな痛いものをするんだっていう不思議なものがある。フィルムは別にもう日本の若い子もたくさんしてるので、それはないと思います。タトゥーは確かにそうですね。うるさい人の中で日本人のうるさい人もいますよね。
Okay, okay. Vindication. Talk the things, lady, because y'all think Japan is this perfect euphoria, euphoria. I love this. I love this.
やっぱり嫌い。で、それはもう同じだと思います。
普通に電車に乗ってって外国人の方も、日本に住んでいる方とか旅行しに来た方とか見ますけど、普通にみんな座ってるのでちょっとその避けてるみたいなのはちょっと目にしたことがなかったので、もしそういうことがあるとすると多分一部の人がびっくりして、外国の方に慣れてないからこうあんまり近くに座ってなんか面倒なことに巻き込まれたくないなとか、考えられるとしたら、私は見たことがないから想像ですけど、そうなんですね。本当？ショック。マジでちょっとショック。逆にショック。そういうことするのみたいな。なんかちょっと差別的で嫌だなと思う。
Okay, we're on a little roll here because people been preaching, but the congregation ain't listening. They ain't listening because, but this man has his own choir preaching to them and fulfilling the left wing, right, whatever it is about victim stuff. I mean, if it happens to people and they're speaking out about it and they're trying to get an answer, don't come try and validate the thing, dog. Again, 日本に住んでないから、ちょっと日本の話しことを。Get off your high horse. Get off your high horse, my guy. If you don't live in Japan, you can't be talking about certain things like you live here and experience it on a daily basis, my guy. All right? That's all I've been saying. But you know what? I don't know anything. You know, I just been living in Japan for 8 years. Mm.
でも喋ってないでしょ。だって普通にそんな騒いでる人見たことないし、私は多分普段から外国人の人と接する機会が多いので、あんまり何人だからとかのはないから、逆にそういうことをする人が差別的なことをする人がいるのはちょっと悲しいなと思って。
Interesting video. I definitely have my thoughts on this particular topic. The one thing I tend to dislike a lot about what foreigners do is that a lot of foreigners don't try to understand how Japanese people process and how they think. Imagine if you lived in a country for like majority of your history, about 250 plus years, were isolated from the rest of the world. And currently Japan is 98% homogenous, so many Japanese people don't have experiences with people who are non-Japanese. Also, considering Japanese culture is very polite and they tend to think about the group collective, they wouldn't want to do anything that would make things be awkward. And most Japanese understand that most foreigners don't speak Japanese. Most Japanese don't want to be in a situation in which they can't communicate to you Because it's not like in the West, like a few have mentioned, in which, you know, a lot of us know how to interact with people from different cultures because we're used to it. But in Japan, not many people interact with foreigners. Maybe in the major cities, but not as much anywhere else. And because Japan also has a culture in which many people don't necessarily go up and just talk to you, many people just are going about their own business. There is a feeling of, you know, that people may not like me, or people don't like me, or isolated feeling because of the type of culture Japan has. It's not as friendly as some countries in the West, in which people will tend to probably start up conversation or, you know, talk to you, whatever. Mostly in Japan, unless you probably live in a country, or you know, really isolated areas where there's a different kind of culture, most Japanese will try to leave you alone because, you know, you don't want to bother people. And I experienced this, in which I thought at one point that Japanese probably didn't like me because I was a foreigner, but I understand now that it's more so because they just don't want to bother you. But one thing I will say is that being a foreigner in Japan, you're kind of like very aware that you're a foreigner because you look so different. So I feel like a lot of foreigners tend to be very sensitive to discrimination because they feel a very strong isolated feeling being in Japan. And I feel like when you're in that mode of hypersensitivity, you probably think that a lot of things are discrimination when they're actually not. Because I find most Japanese don't care about your race. They more so care about your culture, what you believe in, and if you respect the cultural rules of Japan.
All right, stop it this. Again, my brother. People are not idiots. You can tell, and you can act if you're not, you know, we have the unknown, and how you react to things can indicate. Tone is important. How the attitude towards the foreigner. Now, I understand they stay away, and they're about the group and the collective and the hammer that sticks out gets hammered down. All of that, understand that perfectly. But there are cases where, many cases where the actions don't show, like, they're scared how they act in terms of, oh, avoiding you and leaving you alone, going about their business is different from looking at you, ah, running away, or starting to act all flustered and then run or scream out and say the literal words kawaii, or wow, your skin is so dark. That is not small talk. And they would not say that to, actually, the skin is too dark is a thing they would say to people regardless of their race, if they're black or Asian. But there are ways in which people are, the foreigners will feel discriminated against. How they probably handle the simple thing as going to the convenience store, and they hand you your change in a different way. They throw down your change as opposed to putting it neatly in a box in the chain container, or how they speak to you when they're placing you to sit in a restaurant to eat, you know, or where they put you to sit in a restaurant when they invite you in. Sometimes they keep you away from the door because they don't want to scare away potential customers coming in. They put you around the way around the back. So please, my guy, please, I'm asking you just to be a bit more balanced and open in your approach. And this rose Gaijin lens you have on, magazine, I mean, it is absolutely not it. And you have a big platform, and some of the ideas is spew. I mean, it's your platform. Shut up, I can't talk about platform. Your platform, just be more responsible because you're not representing the whole story. You're going on a particular narrative all the time, which is not factual, especially with the fact that you do not live in the country, and interact with Japanese people daily who live in the country. I don't know if you interact with them over Zoom or in interviews or whatever, but living in the country and experiencing things on a daily basis, bro, there are things that happen that can't really even be explained with words. You know what I mean? There are things that happen that if you have to see to believe it. And I'm telling you, it exists. I'm not saying it's a widespread thing and you're in danger, you're gonna die, generally. But there are things below the surface that are happening, even in the policies. Anyway, not get to that. Not get to that. But yeah.
But what I find with a lot of Gaijin or foreigner-centered Japanese channels is that they're always trying to promote this idea that the general Japanese population is racist, or, you know, a lot of foreigners get discriminated, which I'm not saying that foreigners don't get discriminated against, but I think generally a lot of what we call racism or discrimination is a misconception of something that's not there. And
I can't
considering the
agree
mindset
fully.
of
I
the
can't agree
Japanese
fully.
people, if you're someone who is not generally what I'm used to, which is seeing other Japanese people, I probably would be a bit more cautious, not because I'm scared of you, but because I don't know how you think, and I don't know if I can communicate with you. Like one of the guys mentioned, it's like, you know, if you don't speak Japanese, it's very awkward if I can't communicate with you. And I
All right,
think
fair enough.
that because of Japanese culture tends to try to leave people alone, and the feeling of being very different from everyone around you, I do feel like a lot of foreigners are in the very state of hyper realization that there are foreigners. So when you're in that sensitive state, you tend to think things are discrimination when usually they're not. And I'll just end with this. Japanese will like and appreciate you if you can speak Japanese and if you appreciate and respect their culture. I think it's more of the mindset most Japanese are worried about, not necessarily race. I know a lot of foreigners will disagree with me on that, but you guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, also hit that bell as well to get notified whenever we post a video. Honto, arigatou gozaimasu. Minna, kiyotsukete. じゃあね。
Um, hold on, guys, hold on. Yeah, all right. So that is the video today. This is not one of his worst videos, to be honest. He seems to be coming around to accepting that things are. He's not just blatantly stating that Japan is not like this. He's no actually saying, acknowledging that these things actually do exist. Um, and you're right. A lot of channels thrive on trying to promote Japan as this race, as this big racist country. But generally, a lot of persons have very bad experiences in this country. Yes, I live near a main road, so yeah. So I think he made some okay points. Not going to agree with him on many of his things. There's some things I could agree on. Yes, Japanese tend to want to be, talk about a group, and it's about a whole as opposed to individual. So that we can agree on. Other Japanese people, I'm not quite sure how you're going to understand how Japanese people think if you're unable to communicate with them fluently in Japanese, and how somebody receives an action. You can't tell them how to receive it, but you can say that was not my intention. But it may appear to be this, but my intention was not that. That can be a possibility as well. So we have to look at all those things in its entirety. But yeah, that's the video. If you want to see more reactions, let me know in the comments down below. A long ass video. I'm so sorry. Yeah, but I'm here because Gaijin Jamaican YouTuber. OT.